Oh, you can't see my screen. I guess that would be a good thing. To show the screen. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're going to turn this into a little line, and we'll change the border width a little bit. Whoops. And so we'll do that. And then what we can do is we can change the length, and we can just have it go like my sound effects. They're pretty good. I know. Alright, so we'll have it start off screen down here. Great. And we'll have it come back to the beginning and have the length short, but then have it down at the bottom. And we'll keyframe its position. And 30 I don't know how long a firework takes to get up in the air. So let's just do like 20 frames maybe. We'll have it go all the way up. There we are. And then once it gets all the way up, we'll uncap it. So we can only see it just like that. Alright. And so the idea is that is our firework. I don't know where my camera is or anything. Do I not have a camera in this scene? Let's get a camera in this scene. Alright. Actually, you know what? Let's just use the camera he has. Okay. Alright. These things are super big. So we will have the, not the size, or no, we want it to be the size. So rotation, size, make it small, and then we'll have it also, as it dies off, it gets smaller too. Like that. And then we also want to change its color. Shoot, I don't even know how to do color over time. Oh, here we are. Look at that. Okay, so we'll have it start with like, maybe it starts off really bright and then it starts to go yellow or something. And then by the time it gets down here, it's like that, but I don't know. And let's make it smaller as well. And then more. 50. So why am I only seeing it right there? How big is this? Obviously not big enough. The camera's too far away. Just quick fix like that. Let's change the size down something nice and tiny. I'm not really liking how this is working. Why would I increase the span? The whole idea is that when it's just the bottom of the firework, so when it flies up, you don't really see that for that long, right? Like as the firework goes up in the air. I don't feel like you see it for that long. So the span is actually, I think the lifespan needs to be shorter, to be honest with you, but I could be wrong. All right, so let's say that that is okay. And by the time it gets to like here, we're going to turn it off from producing any particles. Okay. Or, what's up? Not too much. Just playing around with a little particle project that a friend sent to me that because I haven't played with particles in a while. So it's like, you know what? While I'm working on this, why not just stream for a little bit and talk with people? Earlier today, I recorded a video. I just need to render it out. I can give you a little sneak peek of what it looks like. Let me quickly show you what I was working on. Because if you've seen the video that I previously posted, I was talking about the fundamentals in Fusion and understanding how those work, because then we can take that a step further and we could do like really cool things. So this is what I'm gonna mute this, but this is the kind of thing that or the next tutorial is going to be about. How to make this player card here. So I go into like getting all the elements and then adding in all the little animations. So there's a ton of like little animations, like we have the letters with the outlines and then they flicker on. We have like the outline going up here and then it fills in. We have some animations going on. We have the background. Then down here, this little drawing that's drawing on, and it does like a little bit of a wiggle. Unless it's full screen, you can't really see it, I guess. You can see like the little bit of a wiggle there. And then I go into how to do like the whole background, and then getting to look like that. So that's the next video that will be up on the video. I just filmed it this morning, so throughout today I'm going to be editing it, and then yeah, so some cool stuff that if you are into sports you could take advantage of. Oh, if you make sports videos. But I feel like I'm trying to go with a new method of making content, where instead of telling you every single, okay, at frame 10 we're gonna add a keyframe here and then go to here, and then at frame 20 instead of doing that, giving you like a general idea of how you build those elements, because then that's like the creative process of getting inspired and then being able to do it yourself instead of having to follow along step by step. Now I know when you first start out, like the step by step things is key because you don't know how anything works. But I'm trying to like teach people that, and then okay, now that we've understand how to make keyframes and how nodes kind of connect, here is some stuff that we can do with all of that. All right, so we have our little, I don't even know what to call that. The little thing that shoots straight up. Let's make this a little skinnier. Maybe something that size, and we can change the particle size down to, and then maybe we can make more particles. So let's do like 100. And I want to, where is that? There's somewhere where you can get a more, oh, here we go. Maybe that will work better. I think that kind of looks like a little line, right? And then we'll have the firework at the top. Okay. So we have that, and I think all of our particles then stop. So now let's work on the little smiley face. And what can we do to improve the smiley face? The Chiefs, yeah. I'm not huge into sports, but when I was looking for content to use, I was like, yo, this would actually be pretty cool. So yeah, I ended up just sticking with that and making the whole that as like the whole theme. Okay, so let's see, why are we coming in here? Are we coming in here for region? We sure are. Okay, so let's just grab the particles that, instead of that, we'll just grab my particle, because my particle's cooler. Okay. And then we want, where do we have this end? Up here. So let's maybe have this move. Let's have this move up to where we are. So I'll grab all those keyframes, slide them up so it spawns way up here. And he has no life stuff. Okay. Alright, so now then it should show up. And I don't how so now it's kind of going out. I might have to do this in multiple layers to actually get it to look like a firework though. Because I would want it to flicker. You know, like how you have like fireworks kind of flicker a little bit? I can have it flicker, but I don't know how random flickering would be. And we're pulling colors in from the actual firework. Alright, so what does this even look like as a full render? And where is it? Why don't I see it? Because maybe I'm not outputting this. There we are. Okay, we are way too close to the camera. So, what we'll do is pull the camera back a little bit. But where's our little thingy? Have it come up and then boom, and then showing it. Okay. So let's go into my emitter and get the size of these down. They need to be a lot smaller. What is this emitter size? We'll just grab that for now and see how things look. We might need a lot more particles though. Okay, why did that do nothing? Okay. Why is this not changing anything? Hello? Why is that not changing anything? It should. Why is this not changing? How's everyone's week going so far? Okay, now it's rendering something new out. And it looks the same, but why? So it's for region. And this is size, okay. Now I'm confused. What was the spawner doing? Okay. Huh. Okay, I think I broke something, because now I don't see anything. Okay, now I do. Yeah, okay. Lifespan. Emitter, controls, lifespan. Okay. All right. It's looking a bit better. Bitmap. Why don't I see anything? Oh, because I have the wrong thing. That's why. Okay. Jeez. Alright, alright, alright. So that's what we're looking like now. Alright, so now I can come in here and let's make this smaller. Alright, that's too small. There we are. It's way too big, but we get the point. Okay. So now that it looks like that, what is... Okay, so now... So let's go into my style, and then we can go to color over life, and then what happens if we change the color here? Okay, so if we go like that and bring this one up and this one over, take this one and put this like 0.8. So it initially spawns and gets brighter, and then it goes away. Something of that nature, I don't know. Obviously these can be a lot smaller, but... Does anyone else build stuff in the particle system? I don't really build a ton in the particle system that often. Style, and then we want to, let's change size and play with size for a little bit. What's one look like? Okay. Okay, so this is way too strong. So if we turn this down to like 1. Okay, we think we're on to something a little bit here. Maybe we could turn this down to like 5. Thanks for your time. You're welcome. Did you ask a question and I skipped it? If I did, I apologize. Okay. So this is looking all right. Now, obviously, we're just going to add in a lot more particles, right? But that's when it destroys your system. So, oh, jeez. Okay. All right. So we kind of have everything here. So now if we add this in, and it goes up. All right. So then from here, bring this over. And then on this, we're going to do a transform 3D. All right. And first, the transform can probably scoot. Whoa, 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 whoa. What am I moving? Am I in the right transform? Why do I feel like I'm moving? What? Why? I'm confused. When I'm moving this transform, it's moving. It's not moving the smiley face. It's like this transform or something. Hello? So let's, oh, I think I see why. So we need to remove the camera there. That's probably why that is. Let's try that again. Okay, so now I move that. Okay, yeah. All right. Another thing too is I kind of want to go like this. Or actually, no, I want it to be like here. And then we'll come up to like here. We'll have it at 1. And we'll remove that. And then we'll go in and... Oops. Actually, no. We want that to be the other way around. Make that linear. Do this one, and then go like that. Okay. And the move is way too much. So we'll move this like 0.9. Been watching since DaVinci Resolve 15. Oh, geez. DaVinci Resolve 15. That was when I was first. I believe that's when I first started like making YouTube videos on this channel. But that was quite a while ago. Hopefully I can make more videos more frequently. I know like when I first started, I did a video every single day. And now I just don't know where the audience is. So I don't know what is the best direction on videos to make. As well as now I do a lot of stuff on my website as well. So there isn't as much time and I'm still not sure what to specifically make, but lightning in the particle system. Interesting. Lightning. Were you making rain in the particle system and then just having the screen flicker for lightning, or were you actually like doing lightning bolts? Well, that's good. If you were able to refer back to the video, then that means that I was, you know, showing a couple of different tools or concepts that were informative. So that's definitely dope. One of my biggest issues is my old website had like 250 lessons on it. and getting all of that old stuff to the new website is taking way too much time. So I just kind of, I moved a lot of them over, but I need to move more of them. It's just so time consuming, and I'm thankful that they're still on YouTube though. Oh man, there was a bunch of people that have been watching since 15. That's cool. Are you guys, do any of you edit like frequently? I know that like a lot of people that watch my stuff don't edit full time, but you know, I'm just curious if you edit frequently, or you use DaVinci Resolve frequently, or is it just kind of here and there? What's going on? Right now I am working on a project that a friend sent me. They were attempting to use the particle system to make happy face fireworks, and wanted to know if there was anything that I could do to get it to look a little bit better. So I've been just playing around a little bit, and then I'll send it over to him, and hopefully it kind of inspires him to, you know, go further. I'm not entirely sure if I'm doing things exactly, you know, how he would like them to be, but I'm working on it. So all right, so let's see here. If I go like that, and then it goes up, and then we have my little smiley face that gets brighter. Only other thing that I would like in here is more chaos, because this is like too clean. Because typically, like when you do fireworks, there's like chaos. I don't know any other better way to explain it. So I might put in another particle system to add some of that chaos in. And I also don't like this transform that I just put in, because I feel that the spacing on these two keyframes is too close. And so we'll just make them linear again and add this in and take a look and see how it looks now. Okay, so now that we have that, I kind of want to take this force and increase the force a little bit, because I want it to go a little like random as well. Right, so let's increase some of these. Okay, now we're going the wrong way. Okay, -0.1. Yeah, I want to break this image up quite a bit. I don't know what this offset's all about. Oh geez, that offset did a lot of something, because now it's looking kind of crazy. What did that offset do? Oh, that's where the force is. I see. So we'll have it like that. See how I would then add trails and stuff in here. Yeah, you're very welcome for the videos. I got into Blender and was using DaVinci Resolve in my workflow. Oh, nice. So I can kind of get around Blender, and I can get it to do the things that I need to do at that point in time. But I definitely need to sit down and learn everything in Blender. Just like DaVinci Resolve and Fusion has so many different ways of doing everything, and so many different tool sets that aren't like right there in the UI, right on the surface. And so there's a lot there that I could definitely learn for sure. It's just finding the time to sit down and tackle it is sometimes the issue. So I don't want to give it too much. I don't want to give it too much chaos. I mean, I like what you're saying there. I'm just concerned that you'll lose. So in the emitter, I can also add like the random the random like velocity, but I don't want to break it up too much. That's like my biggest thing. And I guess I see if I add velocity in, the velocity is added in right when the particle is spawned, I believe, and not after it. And so then you would need to get another node for how to deal with the particles after they're spawned, right? I believe that that's how that is. So, I mean, I could make a custom force. I'm curious. Can I do a custom force? Oh, geez. Now I'm getting in the weeds here. Kind of out of what I typically... okay. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. I gotta stick with what I know. But I think the if I for the lighting I had the bitmap feeling like the particle node they're static on my mic, or is that the song? Because that whole track was static. So I can hear my mic in my headphones. Turn up my headphones. Test, test, test. I don't hear static. I hear an airplane, but not static. That might have been that song. Let me know if you still hear it. Currently, there's a plane flying over. So I don't know if you hear that. Yeah. That's the only issue with streaming with Epidemic Sound. Sometimes it plays things that are in the sound effects library. Don't know why, but yeah. Okay, so it's not bad, but it's not good either. Everything is too uniform. Is there a way that I can add... Is there a way that I can add in a force with a fast noise? What are these connections? Maybe this one? There's an image and an input. How does this one work? Let's try it. Okay, what is going on? Let me connect. Thank you. Can I put a fast noise in here now? Uh-oh, something's slowing down a bit. Okay. So now I have my fast noise. And let's add... Oh, yes, this is working. This is working like a charm. That's exactly what I want. Okay. But... why is it only adding it to the little middle area and not the whole thing? Cube. It's only adding it right here. Why? Is my... how do I scale up my picture? Ignore region. Inside region. Why do I feel like this region thing isn't doing anything? Ignore region. Okay, so then I don't even need this. How do I change its size, though? It would be in region, right? I don't know. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on here now. Okay, so the region's super small. I want to change the size of that. Size 2. What is going on? It's not working. It's only like right here. Bring the camera closer. No, it wouldn't be the camera. See, there's not even a camera in this scene because we're just working on this little thing, but I'm changing the region. The region's not working. Region mode. When inside region. Okay, it's inside the region, but it's only working in this little area. Okay, what if I just change the size of this? I mean, this is gonna kill my computer, but... Haha, that worked. But that doesn't make any sense why that worked. So, sure. I hate when things don't make sense. Okay, so... How do I... Ooh, strength. 0. There we go. Alright, so now I have to figure out when do I add this on. Alright, so where is this these keyframes? These keyframes start here-ish, right? So I would say let's have it like right in here. And we'll go in and we'll keyframe here. And then over the course of, this is a 30 frames per second timeline, so over the course of 15 frames, it'll go to 0.1. How crazy is 0.1 at this point? Okay. I mean, that might be okay. 'Cause it's kind of making it look like how a firework would look, right? After it gets blown up, it just kind of goes like that. Yeah, that might work. Goes up and then boom, and then something like that. Although the velocity might go crazy. I might have to change that a bit, because if it's there and then the velocity hits it, the strength, and they just kind of go crazy, that wouldn't look too realistic. Yeah, and that's exactly what's happening here. So what we'll need to do is bring this back and bring this forward. Oops. Click and drag. Dude, what is with these random sound effects of a ship? Space station sounds. That is not what I want. Okay. My computer's not liking this. So what we'll do is instead of the 3000 or 2000, we'll just do 100 for now, which then we won't be able to see. But it'll be fine. Okay. I can't really see anything with this. So, I am going to leave him at this point and say, hey, if you want... Here's a cool idea. Let's do 3000 and leave it at that. A smile can never be too big. Hey! Alright, the one thing that I do want to do is reduce the color sooner. So I'm going to bring this up, have that color like go away sooner. And then also, actually no, let's put it back to where it was, and then we'll just change the length of this to like 60. I think this will look a lot better. I mean, you could add like a bunch more in there. I don't know if he really wants those colors, but and then you could go like trails. This probably won't work very well, but we'll go from here. Trails. Rah! I made you a piece of artwork. All right. Well, I think this is a little bit further than where he had it. Ooh, I got another idea. For this thing, normally these don't shoot straight up. Oh my gosh, my computer is like lagging from this. There's too many particles. Or something. Or that my cache is 22 gigs right now. One or the other. Alright. I just want to look at this. Ooh, come on. Alright, are we good now? No. Alright. So typically these add more points. No. Okay, we want to edit. Edit. Okay, no. We want to add a point, but we want to edit. Can I not click on the line? And maybe the edit? Alright. We're gonna redraw this. Now, obviously, that's too crazy, but what we'll do is we'll bring it in. We'll bring this in. We'll bring this in. Bring this in. And we'll highlight all of them. And then we'll right-click on here and go to smooth. Like that. But this has to be kind of in the middle. And now I'm noticing that all of this isn't in the middle anymore. So we'll just scoot it. Come on. What happened? Oh, I need to restart. Hold on a second. I'm restarting. Yeah. So. Do particle effects use a lot of CPU power? Kind of a CPU would you recommend for these kind of effects? I typically don't give recommendations for hardware because everyone's budget is all over the place. My equipment on my system is pretty old. If I was to do this outside of Resolve, you could do this in Blender, which is a free program, and it's more used for like 3D stuff. And you'd probably have a little bit better performance, or you would have, you know, a lot better performance for sure. But as far as equipment, the biggest thing that I would recommend is a lot of memory and I don't know, modern equipment. Like I have the first generation Ryzen. It's like a 1700, I think they're called, like a Ryzen 1700, which is like their first generation one. It came out in like 2016. And I have a 1070. So the equipment on this system isn't the greatest. There's, you know, anything that's modern nowadays would smoke this system. But there's a bunch of stuff that I could be doing. Like I could right click in here and turn off high quality, turn off motion blur, although this project doesn't really have motion blur. But I wouldn't say resolves a hog. I would say that there are nodes in Fusion that use a lot of memory for sure. Resolve itself, outside of Fusion, is very well optimized. There's a bunch of nodes in Fusion just because of like the whole like world of compositing that use a lot more memory, and most systems that composite in Fusion, you know, have access to hundreds of gigs of memory. So yeah, I don't know where I was. I was doing this little line. That's what I was doing. Right? Yeah. And for some reason this line is way up there now. Okay. Well, we're going to redraw that. All right. We'll come over to edit mode so I can't make any more marks or any more points. And we'll go like this. Or actually, you know what? I think over the over the course of this, as it gets higher, actually, I don't know if it would get. What is going on? Come on. I don't know if it would get straighter as it gets higher up or what, but I don't know. I think that's fine. And we'll smooth those. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, that didn't turn out how I was expecting. There might be too many points. So we'll just get rid of a couple. All right. Maybe something like that. All right, so now let's see how this whole something like that might work. Okay, I think I'm done. Yep. Yeah, there's a ton of random things. In like Fusion that you could do. Like you can come over here, you have this is always a something that I go into if I want faster like preview renders. You have like super sampling. You can drop these rates down, and then you also have sampling count. You can drop this down, but depending on if you're working with like a vector blur and stuff, you might not want to drop these down too much. And then also switching, you know, your render over from software to OpenGL will definitely offload a lot of the render onto your GPU. Okay, well, I think I'm going to leave the project at that for him to take a look at, and maybe he finds this to be a little bit of a improvement from what he was previously working at. I don't have a version difference, but I'll save this and send this to him, and you know, maybe he likes it a little bit better. I think that the pixel or the size of these would probably be better like smaller and more of them. So we're gonna go from 3,000 to 5,000. Or no, 5,000 is too much. 4,000. And I also, now that I'm looking at this little line, I want to change the size of these too. So come over in the size, we'll change the size to like 5, and then we'll divide that by 2. That might look a little bit better. I don't know. I would add like 10 more layers of particles in here and probably not have them such defined colors, but yeah. We'll see what he thinks. Oh, the other thing I could do too is in here, we could also do a displace node. That's a dissolve, come on. We'll get a displace, and then we could also get a fast noise, and we'll put this image into here, and then the fast noise, and then we'll take a look at this. And what is this? Why is this here? He's not even doing anything with this. Okay, well I'm gonna use that because we're gonna make this a little smaller, right? So then I can, with my displace, I can turn up the strength a little bit, and we'll make this a little smaller. And in here, if I go like this, we can see this. We're also going to change the detail up and change the size of this, make it a little smaller. Right? And then we can come in here and change this so it looks good, but it's also still a little jank. And then have that go into there. So now it won't look so perfect. Okay, well, it still looks the same. Alright, well, you know what? XY. What are we listening to? Okay, you know, it's because we're trying to render the whole freaking thing at the same time. I just want to do this. Okay. What does this look like now? Our sad looking face. Oh, jeez. That might be too much. I mean, it kind of looks like a firework. They never look perfect, right? I don't know. Or what I could do is actually bring this into here and allow the outside. Oops. Come on. Get out of the particle system, please. Thank you. We could go like, oh gosh. Okay, this is, we're gonna go back and make this kind of look all goofy. Maybe like that. I don't know. I could sit here and mess around with it forever, but I don't really know what he's going for. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you all for hanging out with me for a little bit. The whole video that I was talking about earlier, the whole sports one, I'm hoping to get that up tomorrow, if not Friday. But yeah, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Until the next one, guys. Peace.